Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Company Wars 1 replay. Spawn bottom left side as the British forces, we have TerrorRunIntoMySkills. Spawn bottom right side as the other British forces, we have ImmortalXHeroes. Spawn top right side as the Wehrmacht player, we have iKranksy. And spawn as the top left side as the Wehrmacht player, we have Feking. Or not, excuse me, not Wehrmacht player, Panzer. I always forget that the HQs are still the same model. Though I suppose the Panzer Elite one has a little less bits around it. After all, the Panzer Elite, they don't need radar stations. Or they don't have any aircraft for radar. We do now have the intersection push away forward, scope rifle squad. They may be eyeing for this point here, maybe? Pioneers, a lot of pioneers. Wait, that is a lot of pioneers. We do have 5 pioneers spawning field, 6 pioneers. Looks like it's doing some sort of a Wehrmacht quarters skip. This will allow them a lot of capping pressure at least. British forces are relatively slow, but when there's 2 of them, the map is a little, of course, a bit laney. May not be super great. It may be good.
Pioneers here.
Panzer Elite players now capture the left flank. The Panzer Elite players should just eye to secure the left side and let the Wehrmacht player just run around like crazy and try to overwhelm this funnel of numbers. We've got pioneers engaging encircling the scope rifle squad. We got another pioneer squad advance forward. This guy's going to be soon be triple teamed, but of course they're 2-man squads. They're cheap squads. Literally, I think this one squad costs more than all 3 of his squads, doesn't it? And I was trying to capture that fuel point there, right next to the scoping fly squad. Oh! Capturing up this point will prevent the British HQ truck from redeploying and trying to re-secure it. And now with the 4th Pioneer squad advancing forward, the other scope rifle intersection squad is advancing forward. Of course, it's out of supply. This mortar emplacement has been built, though. There's a firing up somewhere up this direction here. Notice this intersection has seen quite a bit damage there from these Pioneers. But of course, I think the solid one should be able to force back the other Pioneers. If you got the cutting grad not being paired up by the Pioneer, that's probably pretty good. It's better to keep your teammates' Panzer Grenadiers shooting rather than repairing. And now Pioneer's trying to capture this fuel point now. This HQ command truck is right here, waiting for the land to be secured. They need to withdraw the T from the land and get taxation without representation, all that sort. And this Pioneer squad will not be able to capture the point. Likely will go down. Had a bit of heavy cover on retreat. And the Pioneer squad actually escaped on out of there somehow. I thought it was going to go down, honestly. As Grenadiers still engaging at range. Are all these guys firing? Yes, they're all firing. And looks like they're creeping forward as well. Captain Grad receiving a bit of fire there. Does fall back away with a scope rifle squad. And now this HQ command truck's eyeing to set up over here. And that truck being delayed prevented this truck from being packed on up and being redeployed as well, because they want to maintain all that juicy income.
Attention.
Hi, Doc.
Pioneers reporting fuel location captured. Do you need any construction?
These Pioneers are not being reinforced. He has selected not to reinforce these Pioneers. Am I mistaken about that? Or is that strange? We now got this scope rifle squad advancing forward. We got the Panzer Grenadiers repairing up the Kattegrad and the Pioneers eyeing to help.
Pioneer team ready.
If you got a half-track being deployed on the field, he may get reinforcements from the half-track, of course. Still, it takes a bit of time to be deployed out. This squad does get suppressed there thanks to the G43 squad. Pioneers getting some good damage there and repairing up the Kattegrad in combat, apparently. Lieutenant and another scope rifle squad advancing on forward. Looks like one of the Brits are sort of lagging a little bit. And that is this one down here, but he's moving around, so he's only a momentary lag spike. The half-track can load up 3 squads, so I'm not sure why he had so many Pioneers pushed on forward like that. I must be missing something. Panzer Grenadier squad is falling on back, but this Panzer Grenadier is trying to engage. The trench is partially damaged. But I think the Panzer Grenadier squad will need to fall back sooner rather than later. Now we've got the half-track push way forward. One Panzer track equipped a Grenadier here. Does unload both of them. Needs to get the Pioneer back on the inside. It'll help get the Pintle out firing. And that Grenadier squad is flinching around. Finally gets shot off on that mortar emplacement there. Half-track needs to start hitting that intersection there to suppress it. Wait, did I just hear him shouting, saying there was the Zeal ability being selected? I think he may have gone for Terror. He has Zeal. Scope Rifle or Panzer Rifle squad does not get the kill there on that mortar emplacement. We do got a very entrenched Vickers emplacement there. Now the half-track's moving around. You have a 2-2 pull on the field. That's pretty standard. These Panzer Grenadiers are on advance on forward as well. Kaliningrad capturing up this fuel point. And now I got the 2-2 push way forward. Incendiary grenade has been thrown. Does actually get a good initial splash. Pioneers with one Pioneer singular captures up that point. Kaliningrad, not Kaliningrad, 251 and the 2 are now advancing forward, trying to overrun the lieutenant. This half-track's not very well controlled, is it? He's just sort of planted one region, just let it fire. Right now it's just been doing a lot of more driving than firing. Let's get some suppression there with the rear machine gun. Very, very nice. But of course, he can't always withdraw. He's trying to hit that lieutenant. The lieutenant's doing a good job dancing around behind that cover. He's doing a good job keeping that lieutenant alive. Does see a bit of suppression there as well. Grenadiers are firing away. Pioneers push way forward. Grenadiers engaging the Bren squad now. We've got a Panzer squad over here as well. Let's get suppressed there. We'll go ahead and abandon the region. Looks like he's going for a Stuart rush. He's asking for, he was getting double teamed for quite some time and he's asking where his teammate was. Let's redeploy the HQ over there. Right there. And it's receiving quite a bit of damage. A bit more damage would assume from the autocannon from the dude, probably because it's still in the technically the pack up state, but does get the damage right there. He's probably going to have to ask his teammate. His teammate does heal up his forces. He's probably going to lose the HQ command truck. It does cost, what, 200 or 400 manpower to get replaced. I forget the exact amount. Which is expensive, but not too terribly expensive. Scope Rifle squad receiving some fire now. We've got a lot of forces here. We've got multiple squads of Grenadiers. A lot of Pioneers still just not reinforced. I don't even understand that. The HQ command truck does go down now. Instructions push way forward. There's a lieutenant here to support them. And it costs 400 manpower to get it replaced. Expensive, but not game-endingly expensive. He does have 2 command points as well, so he could save up manpower for a Churchill. Ren Golf squad trying to hit that 251. Sappers have been put on the field. We see a steward on the field. He does not even have a captain at the moment. His teammate has a steward on the field, looks like.
The initiative is ours. Victory countdown.
Yep, right in front of us. The munitions is quite high, so he does have enough for... I have a feeling there's going to be a canister shot there. Steward advancing forward. Has to be careful of the Panstrix. His teammates infantry could advance forward to draw fire. And does immediately withdraw. He knew how stacked up they were, so he immediately withdraws to avoid the canister shot. These forces are on advance on forward. We've got a lot of repair sappers here, or pioneers. 52, receiving a bit of fire there. Get some hits there on with them. And does fully withdraw the region with all those pioneers. They're all quite damaged. He has 2 Piet squads as well. Got a Panzer Grenadier here. 2 Panzer Grenadiers. Gets 1 good hit there. There, guys. These guys are severely wounded. Cancer round lining up. Does get a shot there. Lining up another shot there. Rolls a miss there, so does not wipe out that squad. Dude's firing away, getting some damage onto the Stewart. And Piet's already on. Get some great hits there on that 2-2. And this 2-2 somehow is already a Veterancy 3, apparently. This one's starting to receive some fire. May go down to these Piets. Oh! I think that Panzerschreck actually killed him. I swear, 2-2s died pretty easily to friendly fire. Mostly from other 2-2s. You got a slit trench now loaded up by this intersection. Lieutenant could perhaps hop on in as well. It's a little exposed up there, sir. Of course, British officers don't duck. That's apparently one of their mottos. Right now, the British players have stabilized in game. This one's managed to rebuild some forces, and let's take a look at each player's doctrines, resource, and all that sort. Let's first start from the top. He's starting to get out. Captain now has not a lot of resources, good reserve of fuel, because he's starting to lag up a little bit. I think he is microing a little bit. Good hit there in the Grenadiers. So we receive some hits as well. Yeah, he is microing. This British player has a lot of manpower at the moment, which is good. A lot of Panzerschrecks push way forward. One of them's down to 1 member. Piet squads are forced them back. Rifle grenades have been put on the field, trying to get some rounds on in. Panzer player currently has a very, very good reserve of manpower. Does have the Comp Group Company and the Panzer Command, but not the Panzer Support Command at the moment, so it can't get out Panthers or be close to Panther research at the moment. And now 2-2, you see some fire there. So try to fire a shot there. There's an opening there with the pink traps.
You have 300 points left.
Let's do rain on in. And for the
forces are captured.
And this one here has a lot of pioneers on the field. Has a good number of grenadiers, all with Panzerschrecks, order of grenade warfare, and an AT gun and a half track still. Stewart now advancing forward. We may see a cancer round in this region. Does get some hits there. Does fire a cancer round there. Could potentially take out the Panzerschreck squad. 2-2 could get some rear armor hits as well. And also Stewart's just backing off from the region. Does roll a miss there. Over here got a big wave of rifle grenades and Piets raining on in. Grenade warfare firing away. And he also has a very little fuel, munitions, and manpower. +5. Oh, are the Axis players really that low in munitions income? Yes, they are. So trench here is still being a big problem. Got Veterancy 2 support units for his Pioneers. Flamer Pioneers getting some great damage there onto this slit trench. Does scuttle it and now pulling back. Sections charging on forward as well, trying to overrun these weapons and fires pretty good volley there. Does get the button there. Could go gun it down. Some of these forces are getting suppressed there. He does have the capacity to use heroic charge, help get these guys going. A lot of these forces now suppressed. Does use heroic charge there. Veterancy 2 on his lieutenant. Fires a shot there. Gets a good hit there onto the armored car. Now looks like officer artillery now raining on in. Oof. Yep, that's definitely officer artillery. So it looks like this player has gone for Aurora Artillery. I'm not sure what the other one's gone for. I don't remember seeing any visible doctrines for anybody just yet either. The Baron player, I believe, may have gotten Zeal, which I think he went for Terror. Not exactly sure. This player is so far unselected doctrines as well, 4 command points. Grenadier squads do fall back. Got a Flamer Pioneer here. And this Grenadier squad does fall back. Truck still fully healed. Got these 2-2s in this region and a Kitagrad. Flamer Pioneers advancing on forward or back. Over here, Grenadiers and Pioneers engaging. And it looks like the armor car is seeing a bit of damage. Oh, now the Cromwell's blitzing on forward. Mine's going to get there. Does take it out. Got some hand tracks in the region. We may have to crush some models here. Let's receive another hit there. Does interrupt at least. There's still a hand track mod. Looks like he does fall back with the squads. Flavor Pioneer is facing forward. He's a good damage on the infantry. Cromwell does have 4 infantry because the moment 2-2's re-advancing forward as well. He is still raining on it, rolling this there on the 2-2s, and now we got a Hetzer put on the field, so you have Dr. Lock in there. Now I've got these 2-2s getting some hits there on these hits. Tank? I'm tank. Cromwell's. Is that?
Able to fortify defensive
I think that's a command tank there. Yeah, that's definitely the command tank.
Down to 200 points.
Oh, Royal Engineers. He's going for Royal Engineers. It has a Churchill available. Not sure how much of the other line he has. Let's see. 18 fuel, that seems normal. 18 munitions. He may have improved fuel count, improved resource points. I can't remember all the. It's fine. Oh no, he didn't have enough command points for that, and for the Churchill. Churchill's 2 command points. I remember that. The other side will cost a bit more than that, so he may have the fortified emplacement research. Start firing away. Grenadiers seem to fire. He can't deploy out Churchill at the moment, but I think the AVRE. He doesn't have enough munitions for an AVRE. I'll say going for an AVRE would be good once they secure a bit more munitions income. I'm a little bit biased towards the AVRE. I don't think I see many people use them, and usually if you go for Royal Engineers, you get a lot of munitions stored up, so spend the munitions by just throwing giant mortar pistols everywhere. What are they? Technically like 280mm mortars? We got a stack count up on the field, push way forward. We got this Stewart skirmishing around, trying to get some hits there on the Pack 38. Grenadier squad does get some hits on in. And our Grenadiers engage at close range, and the British forces do fall back. Looks like we got some P-hits raining on in. They could pass the stand to have a 70-pounder there. We've got 25-pounder or off-map powers of barrage from the officer. It's great damage to the Hetzers. Main gun destroyed there. Rifle grenades did not take out the Hetzer. And also the Hetzer will manage to fall back out of the region. He could try to use a heroic charge to sprint on forward. Nope, and the Cromwell's blitzing forward. He's trying to hunt down the Hetzer. Finds a kill there on the Kettengrad. Main gun destroyed, crit there. Pioneers repairing it up. Another Hetzer deployed on the field. And this Cromwell does need to hit there by the Pack 38. Let's take out the AT Hetzer there. And now the Cromwell needs to crash. Okay, running that way wouldn't be half bad. Tries to escape. Does get hit there on the 2-2. Damage and crit there on that 2-2. Section push before does take out the 2-2 as well. Got Cromwell. And Patricks do connect on the Cromwell now. Cromwell does go down to the AT Hetzer. And it looks like this Scorpion squad may force back the Pioneers. At least one of them. Towards space 4, this could be a great time for a canister round. And canister round. That wasn't exactly a great canister round there. We've seen some Patrick shots there. It does have overhealing sappers, which is pretty nice. Yep, right there. There they are. Rifle grenades are firing away, getting some damage there onto these Grenadiers.
Panzer forces are down to 100 points.
Overall, great field control there by the British forces. And this place has a lot of
after one of our munition stores.
Manpower stored on up, and
AVRE on station.
he doesn't have enough munitions for it. 73 munitions income is actually pretty good, though. So I would say do deploy it out. And you have plenty of munitions for the AVRE. What is it, like 35, 50 munitions per shot?
Munitions point secured.
That'll be more. That'll be a shot less than every 30 seconds, 60 seconds. Mortar receives some hits there. Got these Grenadiers advancing on forward. He does pull out a slit trench right there. That's going to be a very powerful position. He could throw a Lieutenant in the inside as well to keep him secure. Lieutenant now receiving some rifle fire from the Grenadiers. The Lieutenant may go down.
We lost a lieutenant.
You now have a Firefly on the field.
Target has been knocked out. Force there. Down to 50 points.
Just got now the Juke going on down. We do have the Panzer Grenadiers falling back. Does wipe up Panzer Grenadier squad. Gun damage. Doesn't mean the gun destroyed. That's a unique crit for the headsers. And now we do have something for the port arms right there. I'm not sure what type of barrage it is. Is it registered artillery? No, it's Firestorm. Oh yeah, he did go for Terror Doctrine, but hurt the Zeal building being selected. Stuart now circling around this Act 38. Some of these sappers, or Tommy's being forced back. Sapper squad receiving some fire as well, literally. And now the Stuart's falling back. Grenadiers advancing forward. They're not upgraded Panzerschrecks. No, here we've got the Pioneers advancing forward. They are getting suppressed.
Germans are attacking our supply points remaining with the Germans.
And ATSR does go down. Does take out the slit trench there. 25-pounder barrage raining on in. And now the mortar placement does go down as well. These forces are making their way forward. There's a double capture fair the Brits. And I don't think they're going to be capture a point in time. Yep, this game is over. Got more artillery raining on in. Grenadier squad getting ripped apart. And it looks like one of them has back to the game now. And that is the end of the replay. This is IKranksy saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.